All right, welcome back to the Absolute Divine Lovers. I'm Edgar.
And I'm Sunny.
And we are back with what your guides want you to know. Ooh, Three of Cups. Usually this card can be represented as celebration, but it can also be interpreted as third-party energy. So let's see what else we have.
In the spirit of a holiday week, this is also going to be a pour one out for the homies.
Okay, interesting.
People who weren't able to be included for one reason or another.
Okay.
Don't forget and celebrate us, whether it's someone who's in New York who couldn't get to California or someone who's crossed over.
Got it. Ace of Pentacles. The divine hand coming out of the sky with a gift.
Oh my goodness.
What do we got now? Ooh, Knight of Pentacles.
I just heard Uncle Charlie.
Uncle Charlie.
I'm not really sure why. Uncle Charlie.
You got Willy Wonka on the brain.
Not a bad movie to watch when family's around.
You know, I've never been able to watch that whole movie without falling asleep.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I've seen it 1,000 times.
Nice. I'm liking this read.
I am too. It's really good energy.
And death. Oh.
Okay.
Can we squeeze one more in?
I'd love to try to.
Yeah,
I'll pull one if you can make some space.
Yeah. I'll move Tito back and Merlin back. Ooh, I'm glad we pulled the extra. This is exciting.
Okay. All right, so with the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, there's going to be some kind of incoming, I don't want to say surprise, but it's feeling a little surprisey because you jump from this slow energy to boom, victory.
Well, to me, it's almost like, you know, you're in the middle of a celebration, something comes out from nowhere, it then gets put on the material plane with the Knight, and then, like you said, into that quickness, and then and you've got 3 horses, right? So that's definitely movement.
Yeah. So anyone who had kind of like a hold up with maybe some type of financial thing, maybe you have your uncle coming into town and he's going to, like, you know, put $500 in your pocket.
Nice.
And it's going to be something that helps you out with something that you were a little like stumped on. It could be a bill, it could be an investment that you needed to make to launch a YouTube channel, it could be anything.
Little Christmas
here.
Cabbage.
But if the star is coming after death, that means that whatever you decide to do with it is smart, intentional, and I just heard motivating others. So
interesting.
That's interesting.
Yeah, let's pull some clarifiers.
Should we pull clarifiers with Rider Waite or with Madmen, Magicians, and Murders deck?
You know, I'm a big fan of doing a separate deck because then you can double up on energies.
Yeah.
So that I like that.
And that's what we usually do.
Yeah. But if you're feeling a pull to staying with the rider,
I am.
I trust your intuition.
But I'm also feeling that possibly, if I'm able to scoot these up a little bit,
scoot them up.
We do a clarifier with Rider Waite, and then we do one with Magician.
Okay. Sounds good.
Kind of really quickly, before we move on to clarifiers, can I do an archetype one on the Knight of Pentacles?
Absolutely.
Because that whole Uncle Charlie thing is throwing me off, and I would like the viewers to be able to possibly resonate that. It could actually be you have a really good time at somebody's house that you were invited to because maybe you weren't able to make it with your family, and this is kind of like a, hey, what are you doing on Thanksgiving? Nothing. I mean, it could be something small like that. So
I don't know. I for me, it's an energy, not a person. So, yeah.
Okay.
I also think it's really interesting that you've got kind of this silvery blue rider, the red rider, and the black rider. I think that's significant. I'd like archetypes on all 3.
All right. So, well, the one that I had my eye on first was Knight of Pentacles. So I'll read that first because
absolutely.
With the cards in my hand shuffling, Seeker came out. So thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are, shadow attribute, an ability to commit to a path once found. Okay. Seeker. I'll move these in a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Which one was the other one you wanted me to pull?
I want an archetype on all 3 riders because you've got the 3 of Cups and you've got 3 riders. So I'm really interested into like what's going on there.
We got Scribe.
The light attribute, preserving knowledge and information. Shadow attribute, altering facts or plagiarizing others' work.
Okay. And then we have child magical for the death card.
Seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Shadow attributes, pessimism, depression, and disbelief in miracles. Believing that energy and action are not required for growth. So that's a big one. Like, even if things aren't moving as fast as you want them to, try not to slide into that pessimism or the depression or giving up on your dreams. And you have to stay focused, and you have to keep keeping your mind and your thoughts with a good North Star, right? It's like they say, where attention goes, energy flows. So if you start focusing on what's not working, you're going to get more of that. And if you focus on the little things that are, you're going to get more things working.
So if at this harvest gathering celebration, an actual monetary gift is given,
right,
leading to victory for somebody who needed, the whole time you were saying that, I was feeling like it was some type of an investment in this child magical for a project that a passion project they're working on that puts them in the star.
Well, and you see it here, right? It's like someone is looking, like, I need a break. I'm looking for a break. The break comes, you put the work in, and then you're like, hey, it's not moving fast enough. And you might slide into the shadow, but you may also be able to stay in the light attribute. And like we were discussing earlier, what were you saying about readings and like sometimes they're great and it's an energy check, and sometimes they're not so great. And
okay. Yeah, that's something that's really important for people to understand, that if you get a reading, if it's a YouTube reading for your astrological sign, or if it's a reading that somebody does for you, and you see these disturbing cards and you don't like them, or they leave you feeling unsettled, they are momentary energies. So let's say you get the 5 of Swords and you're about to go out. Well, you've been warned. What are the things to look for? Understand, if you feel like you're not supposed to be somewhere, you're not supposed to be somewhere. Why would you fight against that?
Yeah.
So you get there and you see somebody, or you see a couple people who you don't get along with very well. You know what? Now I know why I had that strange feeling, and now I know why I pulled the 5 of Swords before I got out. Now you have a choice to make.
Right.
What kind of choice are you going to make? Are you going to jump into the 5 of Swords energy, or are you going to turn around and think, what do I want to do now?
Right. Do I want to stay? If I stay, how do I handle it?
Yeah, that's free will.
Yeah, it's basically the ability to get a vibe check and really start to think about how you would handle it. And maybe you've been in a funky mood, and the cards are reflecting the funky mood that you've been in, and getting a reading that you don't like is an opportunity to change your mindset. It's almost like correcting the error before you make it.
All right, so I'm gonna pull clarifiers.
Yeah, let's pull some clarifiers.
Okay. The 6 of Cups.
Oh yeah, it's definitely family unions and nostalgia and remembering things. Oh, things just got spicy.
You're funny. All right, 9 of Pentacles.
Oh yeah, Mom's gonna be like, hey, remember I owed I loaned you $300. Give me $300. Uncle Charlie just kicked down.
Oh, Uncle Charlie. So we've introduced some new energies here.
Yeah. You got counterparts, and you got some really fiery energy coming in.
It got a little toxic for me. I'm not really sure why, but I felt like a weird taste in my mouth, almost like this sounds so strange, but what stress tastes like.
Like pennies? You ever put a handful of pennies in your mouth?
No.
No?
Here's justice.
You haven't lived.
Sometimes I don't know what to say. So how about I pull Is there space in the frame for one more clarifier? You need to
No,
see.
we're gonna have to put it up on top.
Okay, I'll put them on top.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the Magicians, Martyrs, and Madman deck to do one more clarifier. So the first one is Temperance. Yep. So this person, along the first idea that I had, that somebody was getting like possibly invited to a celebration, would be somebody they haven't seen in a while, and maybe that you've been looking forward to see with Temperance energy, or they've been looking forward to rejoining this group of people.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay, so that's pretty cool. Like that.
I like that. The reunification. The circle will not be broken.
And then to clarify the Ace of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords, we have Death.
That's interesting. We've got Death twice on the table. So this is a change.
Oh, it's someone who went through some type of radical transformation. Interesting. Previously not to be trusted, or previously to be trusted and changed.
Yeah.
Radically.
Yes.
Maybe it's somebody who usually is kind of like in a more woe is me, down and out energy, and then they come and they aren't like that anymore. They've gone through a lot of changes. There's been a lot of progress. This sounds funny. I just heard shoot your shot. They shot their shot on themselves.
They took a chance, yeah.
And succeeded. Yeah. So, wow, that's really interesting. That turns the Seven of Swords into like a...
yeah.
Like a...
Almost like its own archetype.
Wow. Okay. And then clarifying the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands.
It's interesting. It could be like someone that maybe didn't have their life together, maybe was a little troubled, and is now a fully different person, right? So
yeah,
and they come bearing gifts. What do you got?
The viewpoint of this Queen of Wands on this energy right here, whoever this may be, if it is in fact Uncle Charlie or whoever it is, maybe it's her brother, is Five of Pentacles.
So not convinced, right?
Either not convinced, has a low opinion of, has a low expectation of, was very tentative on the invite of including this person. But basically, I think that the Five of Pentacles in this instance is a low expectation.
Interesting.
Wow, that's rough.
It is usually a family gathering. Family gatherings are rough.
They can be.
There's always some low-key shade. My family, it was tradition to watch Kiss videos. Here's Kiss from 1978 at Budokan.
Oh, to clarify the Six of...
if that's not rough.
I'm going to have to ask about that later. To clarify the Six of Wands and the 10 of Wands, we have the Eight of Cups. So these are... You know what I said about this before, but clarifying this, I think this helps this energy get over the hump, right? Whatever is given.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that takes you away from an emotional situation that you were in because of the energy prior to this gift.
So before you were like, please kill me.
And this gentleman is going to lift up one of his legs out of the pot, and he's going to walk away. Because when the Eight of Cups and the Rider-Waite,
yeah, you're walking away.
This guy has a little cloak and his little red boots, and he's walking away.
He's walking away
towards a rough situation.
Or just the new horizon, right? And like something else. It doesn't necessarily mean the future is rough. It's just uncharted.
Death, King of Wands, clarified by the Hermit.
That's an interesting combo.
I just saw a father type.
Yeah, I got the father thing too.
He walked into like this like room where you would have like brandy or smoke cigars or something, and he closed the door to like have some reprieve.
Yeah, I
To
saw
have some time to himself.
I saw Dad get in the recliner, and everybody else is in the house is like in the dining room, and there's like all kinds of clucking and chattering going on, and Dad's just over in the recliner like whatever.
Well, and Dad also has observed something here that either brings new light to a situation in his ponderings, or that's weird. I just heard he drifts off into a sleep and has a dream and wakes up in a different energy. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I heard he sees things as they truly are.
Okay. Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
It's funny when you said that. The first thing that I thought of was black sheep energy, like the person who just is
well, and that's
going to go against
right?
the grain. Yeah,
that's this. This is like you were the black sheep. They're maybe you were the crazy Uncle Charlie that came through, fun uncle, right?
Yeah.
But you were tearing yourself up, and it changed, and that's a good thing. Even if people are expecting the worst of you,
yeah,
and you may feel like you're just like, please kill me, this sucks. Don't forget that this is like the dominant energy, and that this is going to change, and that you've got somebody in your corner. Somebody's actually seeing you for who you are.
Yeah. A lot of times too, this type of energy has to take a really, really big step away from their family in order to have that type of transformation.
Yeah.
And that's what it felt like. It felt like this Three of Cups, like that invitation.
Yeah,
he was
it's been
from a
away,
distance.
right?
He's been gone.
Exiled, right?
Yeah.
Coming out of exile.
Star energy, Justice, Two of Swords.
Hmm.
My mom, my dad, my family is not always right, and I have to make a decision on how I feel about the things that they do versus that. So this is about somebody growing up and maturing, making their own decisions, and having their own discernment about the people around them. This is huge.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Wow.
Your guides are they're looking out for you. I heard specifically with the Two of Swords, just a reminder that you don't have to stay the whole time. You don't have to stay until 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, because that's when everybody else is hanging out, right? If you're at a point and you think it's going to go south, remember, you can say, I've got something else to take care of, and you bounce, right? And you leave on a high note.
Yeah. I like this.
Yeah, me too.
This seemed specific, but not in like that super like pinpointing type of way.
Yeah.
A lot of people are gonna have guests in their home this week.
I'm really excited. I mean, this is like a real story of renewal. So it's like your guides are seeing you, and I think the message here is that you're supported and you're protected, and like there's a lot of movement. There's a lot of movement in the riders, and this is you. This is where you're at.
So then the guides are very much so here acknowledging transformation
in progress
of people that maybe some people had lost hope in.
Yes, or they're going to be cynical of. Yeah. But that's where, that's where this comes in. Yeah. It's like, because the queen is here and is going to end up here.
Okay.
And even if it feels a little like boiling.
Norman got in there. He was closer to you, so it would make sense that you would use him.
Yes. Well, I was helping Norman get across the table because he couldn't quite reach. Yeah. He's still got his black nails.
I know. They look really good. Okay.
All right. Anything else to add, son?
I don't have anything else to add.
All right. Well, we hope you have an awesome week and your guides are watching out for you. And watch out for our next video. We're the Absolute Divine Lovers. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm Edgar.
I'm Sunny.
And we'll see you soon.